And the next competitor representing Great Britain, 16-year-old Arin YORKE. He skates to Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto. Sixteen-year-old Arin YORKE from Great Britain. A skater in their first Junior Grand Prix assignment. And I'm sure Arin will have been delighted to find himself in this middle group after their short program. And showcasing the potential that he has for the future. Lots of positive attributes. And a support network behind him that's aware of the weaknesses with a view to working on them over the next season. As Tamara greets him off the ice. Wonderful draw back on the right back outside edge, leading up into that triple toe. And just the little hand down. And this really valiant effort to get a triple sacco after the Euler following that triple toe. And here at the start of when things just started to fatigue and tire a little bit, you can see just not having the strength to punch out the landing of that double axel. but great to see somebody in their first Junior Grand Prix experience, relishing the opportunity, mindful of the chance of learning from others like the Japanese skaters who will compete in the last group. And as I've said before, his coach has a master's in sports psychology, so if anybody's able to help frame this as positively as possible, then it is the coach on the screen there, and that really sets him up for returning to training with a host of positivity and optimism to utilize the lessons learned and come back pushing both the technical element score and the program component scores.
Well, Mark, I'm back. I apologize. I had an internet drop my house here, but we're back.
Good.
How was that skate?
Admirable skate for a skater in their first Junior Grand Prix assignment, somebody that showcased at the start of the program huge potential, fatigued a little bit as the program continued, but as I was just saying, that there's an awareness already coming into this of where the skater is at. His coach and his team have been very open and honest about what they know they need to do moving forward, so that's the ultimate ideal, is that the judges, the report card, as we talk about, isn't necessary because the coaches are all educated already in what needs to happen moving forward. It's the experience that you can't buy in training that will hopefully now fuel that knowledge that they already have, which will put an extra bit of heat into the training to make the training more optimal and push those improvements forward.
Yeah, quite often it's not about where you're at, it's about where you're going. And if you know where you're going and how to get there, it's just a process and just a time item, right? And many of these skaters are not where they want to be on the day, but they're on a journey. So if the coaches around them and their team around them knows this and helps them along the way, it'll happen. But it never happens for young people. Never happens quick enough. Actually, for old people too, right? It's the same thing, you know. Yeah. Anxiously waiting in the kiss and cry for those scores.
And it's interesting to hear they're knowledgeable of the program component scores development, and that's something that the youngsters, it's not as tangible, the need to work on opening up the posture or deepening the knee bend. That doesn't resonate quite as visibly, certainly, or as clearly for a youngster, but that's good that the coaches are mindful of that, because that's the hard slog, the day in, day out, working the basics.
It seems to me that Tamara communicates with such positivity, both not only in language but in body language. Yeah. And so you can see him smile and have have a connection and some positive and real, honest feedback. You have to give the reality. If it was a weak skate, you have to be able to say that. But in the way you say it, gives that feeling of encouragement. Okay, we can get through this, though, right? So you can see that in her communication style, which is, I think, very, very good.
Yeah. And Tamara has been at last week's Junior Grand Prix and now here with a different student. And, as we've spoken about, that's such an impact on the coaches' lives. And so, the parents, I'm sure, will be so grateful to a coach that's willing to take time away from their family, take time away from their business to support, their children. Because if the coaches were more selfish, they wouldn't choose to do that. They would, maybe send somebody else in their place. So that's very, admirable, and that's what we see from so many coaches on this stage.
Well, when you're a competitive coach, that is a different job than being a skating coach. And it brings some wonderful moments like this, being here in a different city, and that's all wonderful and exciting, but it also brings some drawbacks as well. You're leaving your business at home, you're leaving your family at home, so it's a choice. There's no question. And these people that choose to do this at this level, they're special as well, no question. Just like the athlete, they're a high-performance coach and high-performance athlete.
It takes a special type of person to be on this international stage, and that's why it's all the more empowering that we are so fortunate to be able to spectate the product of those high-performance people. Oh yeah,
we're very lucky in what we do, for sure. And so taking a bit of time here, that 5 elements are under review. They're still a little stuck on number 3, the triple toe Euler, triple sow. That looks to be under-rotated on the triple sow cow. They're working through that replay segment now. 117.29, he'll need that to take the lead, but I think he's going to fall quite short. I didn't get to see the program, but I can just tell by the numbers that there were some challenges throughout.
Yeah, and I think they were quite mindful of, utterly deserves his place in this group, but I think that would have been a real coup to get to this stage in the group. And so I don't think that, like as I said, I don't think they'll be too fixated, and as we've acknowledged, the coach will be mindful of all the positives. The numbers, they'll be used in a way positively to move forward, whatever they may be.
Yeah, exactly. 88.13. That's 7th for Arin Yorke from Great Britain in the free program with a 137.15. And he'll, for the moment, take over 6th spot.